have such sights to show you.
Some scary movie.
You like scary movies?
Uh-huh.
What's your favorite scary movie?
Fucking nuts. What am I gonna do for Friday the 13th? I have like no plans. I have no ideas for a video. And what the hell am I gonna do? What was that noise? What? Not again! Not again, goddammit! This better not be who I think it is. Yeah, I can guess what you want. No, I'm not gonna review that movie. You already like bullied me into reviewing that other movie and I didn't fucking like it and I don't think I'm gonna fucking like this one. I don't care, make your threats, I'm just not gonna do it this time. Alright, you don't gotta go that far, alright? You don't gotta throw names, hey. There's no need for the racist remarks, alright? That's not cool, don't do that. What, you mute bastard? Are you finally gonna speak or am I gonna have to keep writing captions for you because it's getting really fucking old? Fucking rude, man! Ask me for a favor and then throw me a fucking movie? Well, fuck you!
2 hours later.
So after talking it over with Mr. Voorhees, him and I decided that it'd be in my best interest to just go ahead and watch and review 2009's remake of Friday the 13th. So without further ado, guys, let's get into it. Hey, what's up, ghouls and gals? It's me, Ryan T here, and I'm gonna review 2009's Friday the 13th remake.
His name was Jason, and today is his birthday.
Before I get into this remake, guys, or this review of a remake, I just want to say happy Friday the 13th. Alright, let's get right into it. The first thing I want to say about this film is it's so modern. It's so very fucking modern. It's so modern to the point to where it is fucking distracting. Like, the film, it just looks too modern. And
You said that already!
Jason's too modern. Jason's like not that unstoppable, unkillable, like mindless monster in the film. It kind of suffers for that. But I'm gonna get into that a little bit later. I kind of want to break this film down like like section by section by section, like beginning, middle, and end. So let's talk about the beginning first. The beginning of the film, which is honestly the best part of this film, is like this 20-minute little scene that they had. Well, not little, it's literally the longest opening credit scene that I've ever seen in my fucking life. There's literally, they probably hold the Guinness World Record for longest pre-credit scene ever fucking made. But it was the best part of the movie, so I let it slide. Like I was saying, the film starts with this really good opening scene. It blends like horror and comedy well together, and you kind of get a feel of what this Jason is and how this Jason is gonna be and stuff like that. And for a moment, I was getting into it. I was like, oh fuck yeah, man, this Jason is fucking cynical. He's setting up traps. He's like baiting these people and stuff like that. I was like, fuck yeah, I'm all in for this. Until the title popped up and said Friday the 13th and the actual movie started, and I was like, huh, am I watching another movie? Is this a different type of movie here? What the fuck is going on? As soon as the real movie starts, or the actual movie gets going, it's such a deviation from that beginning scene, and it's weird. It's almost as if somebody else directed that scene, and then somebody else directed the rest of the fucking movie. I'm sure that's not the case, but there seem like two very different things, like tonally. It's fucking weird for the same movie to be this tonally weird in the beginning of the film. The reason I say that is when the movie starts off, you first get introduced to like the leading man, who's Jared Pella Badiki Lakadiki Diki Rocky, however, whatever his last name is, I'll put his last name right here. Basically, he's Sam Winchester from the fucking Supernatural series. This guy right here. And so the movie is mainly about him trying to find his missing sister, who we saw in the beginning, that awesome beginning scene. She gets kidnapped by Jason. Also, I guess Jason kidnaps people now. I don't know what's all that's about, but that was kind of weird to me too. So he's going around looking for his sister or whatever, and he's handing out flyers and stuff. And that's when he comes in contact with the other main characters of the film, a la the disposable campers that Jason's gonna run through like fucking condoms on a Saturday night. So we get introduced to them, and they're all kind of real like run-of-the-mill, like, yeah, we're like late teenagers to early 20s, so everybody should, like, you know, in that demographic should, like, you know, be relatable to us. So they're kind of like that, like really, like, you know, wooden and shit like that. They kind of look like an Abercrombie and Fitch like commercial, like come to life. So that's kind of fucking weird. But the one standout in that group of forgettable campers is Daniel Panabaker, aka
I'm Killer Frost.
Can I talk to you for a moment, Bear?
Excuse me, can I touch you for a minute? Excuse me, can I talk to you for a minute?
I'm gonna need a minute. What's with that show? They always need to talk to somebody. Why does somebody always need a talking to in the Flash? I don't know. That's for another video. Anyways, so basically your main characters here are Sam Winchester, Killer Frost from fucking CW's The Flash.
I'm Killer Frost.
Actually, it's like a fucking CW fuckfest. You got Supernatural, which is on the CW. You got the Flash, which is on CW. I'm surprised we didn't get a fucking Friday the 13th fucking show that was gonna come out on CW. I digress, though. So basically, the movie is about Winchester and Killer Frost. They team up together. They're going around looking for Sam Winchester's fucking missing sister, and they're kind of doing that for a while, and the movie kind of goes to like a dead halt, and it just goes really slow for a really long time, and you're kind of just there like, I thought Jason was in this. Are we seeing like a Killer Frost, Sam Winchester like love movie? When did this turn into The Notebook but with like a spooky backdrop? So that kind of goes on for a little while, and then the movie's just like, oh yeah, Jason! And then Jason starts like killing some people, and then some titties start getting shown. That's another thing I gotta give this movie credit for. The Jason to tit ratio is very good. Like, Jason will pop up, then a tit will pop up. Jason will pop up, then another titty will pop up. So it's like titty, Jason, titty, Jason. So and that's good. That's a good ratio. It's like you know, like probably like 40-60, like 40% titty and 60% Jason movie. So that's good. You get to see a titty, you get to see Jason. I said the word titty more than I've possibly said the word titty like in a long time. Titty. All right. Aside from the good Jason to tit ratio and the decent performance from Sam Winchester and Killer Frost, the film is very mediocre, and it's very, like I was said, it drags at certain points, and it drags for a long time, and then it finally kind of picks up speed, and then when it's finally picking up speed, you realize, oh shit, there's only 20 minutes of this movie left, and so it really has to pick up speed, and quickly, it seems like within minutes, like, Killer Frost and Sam Winchester are walking around. They're like, yeah, and they're like, oh man, look at that secret hatch and that secret looking weird cabin thing. Oh man. And so they go in there and they fucking find Jason's sex prisoner. I don't know what he's doing with this chick. I think he thinks it's his mom or some shit like that. Oh yeah, that's another subplot in this movie. In the beginning of the film, in that nice 20-minute scene that I like so much, Sam Winchester's sister finds a fucking locket, and then her boyfriend, who dies like in 2 seconds of the film, is like, oh hey, that looks like you, you should keep it. And she's like, oh, I should. And so she puts it around her neck because reasons. And Jason sees it, and he's like, hey, you look like my mom. And so like that's kind of that subplot. Jason's like getting tricked into thinking that this chick's his mom, which they've done that before. They did that before in other Jason movies. There's no problem with that. I'm just saying that's there. Back to what I was saying, they find the girl, they go into Jason's secret lair. That's another thing, Jason has a fucking bat cave in this movie. He has it like rigged up with like fucking traps and shit like that. Like, since when did Jason have a fucking bat cave? When did I mean, if you think about it, Jason's story is pretty close to Batman's. His parents died. He had to grow up as a fucking by himself. He learned how to defend himself. Now that I think about it, is Jason Batman? I think Jason might be Batman. That's why you don't see Batman in the same place with Jason, or Jason in the same place as Batman. I'm on to you, Jason/Batman. Anyway, the movie's it's slow. It's a slow movie. I mean, it's kind of, it's consistent, you know what I mean? It has a beginning, middle, end, you know what I mean? And it's kind of, you know, you get what you get out of this movie, you know what I mean? Basically, like, what you think this movie is, that's what it is. It's a slasher flick, and it could have been a lot worse than it was, you know what I mean? But then again, it could have been a lot better than it was, because that was there. If the film would have kept that same tone and same rhythm of that nice 20-minute scene at the beginning, you would have had an amazing Jason movie on your hands, and potentially a new Jason like franchise. But this movie, it flopped because it couldn't do that. It couldn't do that job for whatever reason, and a whole bunch of other Jason movies got scrapped because of this movie failing so hard. And to be honest, I can see why this movie failed so hard, because it is boring at sometimes, and a Jason movie shouldn't be boring. I mean, it's kind of confusing as to why this movie didn't do better. I mean, it had the good Jason to tit ratio. It had the good gory kills. It had that nice 20-minute scene. It had a lot of things going for it, but the things going for it were outweighed by the things holding it down. In summary, guys, the remake of Friday the 13th, the 2009 remake of Friday the 13th, you should watch it if you really, really are a fan of Jason. But if you are just a casual watcher of the Friday the 13th movies, you can skip this one. You're not missing anything. Well, I'm Ryan T, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.